What's going on, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another WTF Live Wednesday. Oh, here's my mentee. What's up, Jordan? What's going on? Made it just in time, brother.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Yes, sir. Glad you can make it. So everybody, before I introduce Jordan, Coach E could not make it. He had a scheduling conflict, but hey, who better to bring up than one of our mentees from our first group, Jordan? But before I do that, I have a video I want to kick us off with. And Jordan, let me know. Let me see. Let me know if you cannot hear or see anything. I'm gonna pull this up. It's a couple minute long video, and for that we'll go ahead and get cranking.
When we're laying on our deathbed, you're not going to worry about how much money you had, how much power you had, how much prestige. You're going to see that was all game, that was all illusion. The only thing that's going to matter is the impact you had on other people's lives.
We are all on a separate journey. But the beautiful thing about our life here on this earth is at my funeral, they ain't going to talk about my success. They're going to talk about who Nick was and how Nick lived and how Nick loved and encouraged.
Success is incredibly important, but even more important than success, having an impact. It's knowing you haven't walked the planet in vain. It's knowing that because you've been here, you've blessed lives, you've developed people, and you have made the world a better place.
The effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. Everything you gain in life will rot and fall apart, and all that will be left of you is what was in your heart.
Life is a mirror, and life gives us not what we want. Life gives us who we are. When you were born, you cried while the world rejoiced. Live your life in such a way that when you die, the world cries while you rejoice.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, family? How y'all doing? Jordan, Don, welcome to the live stream, fellas.
What's up?
What's going on? What's up? What's up? So yeah, like I said before, I played that video, and that's just a precursor, just to get the conversation warmed up for today's conversation, which is about why do I need a coach anyway? And we didn't plan the whole scheduling conflict for E not to be here, and Jordan and Don, our mentees, to be here, but you know it's working out perfectly. So now that we have y'all both up here, so Jordan, so man, can you kind of give us some insight? Just have like a heart to heart talk with me, man. Just don't. Since this is Jordan's and Don's pretty much first time going live, I think they've maybe gone live once or twice before. Just treat it as a regular talk and conversation, but just Jordan, like when you first joined the WTF mentorship months and months ago, man, like did you anticipate that you were going to be getting some type of value, or were you just like, hey man, I've exhausted all my options and I like this is my last ditch effort to get some assistance? Like, what was going through your head when you agreed to join, or did you just pull your leg and just say, hey, like you better join the mentorship? How did that whole experience go with you?
Nah, man. Like at first, man, I was like, I wouldn't say I was really iffy on it, but it was like, it's my uncle's mentorship. What bad could come from it? Like, why not? And then like once you actually take your time to listen to him and listen to what he's talking about and what he's saying to you. Like he dropped gems for real. Like you can really apply it to your life and get further.
For sure, absolutely, man. And so see, Don, same question for you. I think you had dropped out, man, for a quick second, but prior to you joining the WTF mentorship, can you kind of give us some insight on your expectations for what you were expecting from coaching, or if you were looking for something in particular? Like, what was your thought process like going into the mentorship?
It wasn't really no expectations, because I mean, I already knew what was coming because I grew up around him, so it's just like, yeah, like I already knew everything that was coming. I knew it was gonna be more serious though, like a serious side of Big E.
Gotcha.
Even though
So
he's still like a playful dude, even with the mentorship and stuff like that. But time to lock in.
yeah, for sure. And those are very good points, guys. And one thing that I want to kind of note to the audience is that these two gentlemen have both kind of grown up to know Coach Big E on a personal level. So y'all have really had a very privileged experience with them, being able to get coaching on a constant basis, whether you realize it or not. The game he was giving you all, and even me myself, even from working with him, he gives me game, and I really do take the conversation seriously, and I try to glean and get everything I can from him and anybody else. Really, I mean, you, Big Don, and Jay, I'm pretty sure you all have some knowledge that I don't have. I don't know everything, and don't claim to know everything. And coaching is not always a top-down type of look. Like, the mentees don't always have to be younger, the coaches don't always have to be older. And honestly, if we're being very forward, if your coach and if your mentor isn't like learning anything from the mentee to a certain degree, then they may need to kind of recheck their belief system, because I really do believe that y'all's generation has a lot to teach us. Even though I'm a little bit older than you all, I'm a millennial, y'all are Gen Zs, but I'm definitely looking forward to you all growing and maturing, and you all teaching me and coaching me on some things that I may not be familiar with. So that said, so kind of give the audience some kind of background information on you, Jordan. Let's go ahead and kick it off with you. Like, what are your interests? Kind of what are you where do you see yourself? If you don't have the clear-cut answer, that's fine. We'll work through it, but I just want to kind of keep it on, why do I need coaching? Because this could be a particular coaching moment for us here on this live, but just kind of give the audience a background information on kind of where you live, where you brought up, your experience, and why you feel like you think that coaching is important for you in your progression in life.
So, starting off, my name is Jordan. I'm 17. I grew up St. Louis. I've been in St. Louis my whole life, like different parts. Like back when I was like younger, like I lived in the city, but for the most part, like the last 10 years, 10, 11, I'd say, I've been living in the county. I'm a senior in high school. Um, After high school, I'm not really sure. Like, I'm not dead set on what exactly I want to do, but like a couple options I say becoming an electrician, a plumber, or a barber. Out of those three, I'm not sure exactly which one I want to go with, but that's kind of where my head at after high school.
Man, dude, those are honorable trades, man, and those are some skill sets that everybody's gonna always need. An electrician, a plumber, and what was the other one?
A
A
barber,
barber.
but I'm thinking I could become an electrician or a plumber and then still be like a barber on the side, you know?
Man, listen, bro, like, and see, y'all, that mindset of the possibility of not either or, but both and, that's that mindset that only a coach, a person who has that life experience, can instill in a person. Because most people have that limiting belief, like, oh, I may not have enough time to do both, or I don't know how to balance. But Jordan didn't say that. but before I can even get out my mouth good, he was like, "Hey, you know what? I think I can go ahead and do the plumber and the electrician and cut hair on the side. If that's not motivation, I don't know what is." And that's something that we do push at the WTF Academy. It's something called the Migos, right? And the Migos is an acronym: motivation, inspiration, guidance, and ongoing support. So, as you can see in Jordan's confidence, those Migos are rubbing off, and we always provide ongoing support for all of our mentees, because not only are they going to get everything that they need when they go through the program, but they're going to have some questions after they complete the program. And that's why we are here, to offer that support if and when they do have questions later on down the line. All right, so appreciate that, Jordan. So Don, yeah, man, like same thing for you. Kind of give the people some background info on you, what your interests are, and kind of how you feel like coaching could help to develop your skill set and help push you forward in life after high school.
Well, yeah. So this is my first year out of high school. So take pictures, all that. So
You kind of broke
yeah,
up a little bit.
that's
Say
really
that again.
one of my. I said I'm a photographer. This is my first. I do it all for real.
All right, let me
Yeah.
catch the people
Then
up, because you
what I want
still
to get
cut out.
into.
So yeah, people, he's a photographer, and he does digital marketing for the WTF Academy also, and he has a podcast coming out too. But I just wanted to go ahead and repeat that for the audience, because your connection was a little fuzzy. But go ahead. Yeah, his connection's a little bad. Give him a few more seconds. All right, so yeah, I think Don may need to cut your camera off to help out with your connection a little bit.
In the future.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to that. Go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you real quick. But yeah, so kind of just going into some practical examples of like why coaching is important, because that's the whole topic of this live. I mentioned the guidance and the direction, skill development. Jordan mentioned that, being able to tackle different trades, having the confidence to pursue those different trades. Fresh out of high school, or even being a senior in high school, right? Goal setting, increased in confidence, networking opportunities. Oh, especially networking opportunities. You all, there's a saying that goes, your net worth equals your network, right? So I know personally, when I was younger, I was shy. I didn't want to talk to people. Just recently broke out of that, shyness, since I met Ernest. And being around him, you can't be a shy individual. I'm pretty sure Jordan can attest to that. But he will bring you out of your shell, man, for real. So that's definitely an attribute that mentorship and coaching definitely does tribute to. And there's a plethora of different things, but most of all, being a positive role model. Like the video said, when I'm dead and gone, I want people to come to my funeral and say, "Hey, Dimitri helped me out a whole lot. He helped to change my mindset, my belief system in a positive way. And I'm better off." You still laughing at that? Nah, that's cool, man. It's cool. And I'm aiming to leave people better off than what they were before they met me. So yeah. So Jordan, man. So what are some things, like why do you feel like you kind of gravitated towards those trades as far in comparison to going to college? Like why didn't you? I mean, because most kids, they say, "Hey, I want to go to a 4-year school, I want to party, have fun, get my psychology degree, political science degree that I'm never going to use, and then I want to try and find a job that I'm not going to use my degree in. I'm being, sarcastic because that's really what happens most times. They go to school for 4-6 years, get a bachelor's, get a master's, and can't even get a job in the field that they go to school for. So I applaud you for considering a blue collar job or a trade school profession, because those are typically frowned upon, which they shouldn't be. But the white collar jobs typically are put on the pedestal, and the blue collar jobs where you're working with your hands and doing the tough tasks that we really need to help our day-to-day lives continue on as they are. So I'm just curious, man, like why you chose to go that route and not the traditional school route.
But yeah, it actually came about real recently, like not too long ago. I was doing some toilet work with E, and like he like I was working on it, everything was going fine, and then like when it came back to putting the toilet back together, I'm flushing it, steady leaking. I'm trying to figure out what it is. I go to E for some advice. He told me to keep working on it. That's the advice he gave me, to keep working on it, go figure it out. That's exactly what he told me. And then like whenever I finally figured it out, it was so simple. Like it was just this one little foam piece I had to, just to put it on there, and it'll stop the toilet from leaking, and it'll seal a little gap right there. And once I figured it out, I did the next toilet 5-10 minutes. But that first toilet took me about 3 hours, 2-3 hours. It was bad. My hair dipped in the toilet, like it was bad. I was getting frustrated, but once I got through it, like it really showed me, like as long as you keep pushing and you got that perseverance, you could do whatever. It really ain't nothing. Like that second toilet flew by, it was a breeze. It was nothing. I said, I'm thinking
it was a breeze. That's what's up. I love to hear that, man. Like it's things like that that bring like a genuine smile to my face. And honestly, like when I was coaching, and this is for the people, I'm pretty sure you are well aware of this, Jordan. I'm gonna call you out just a little bit. But when I first was invited by the first group of mentees at the WTF to I guess kind of take over as far as leading the weekly calls. Jordan, he would be on the calls, y'all, but he was the most quiet one. Like I promise, this is the longest conversation me and Jordan have had. And I'm not saying that to embarrass you, man, but I'm saying that as a compliment, bro, to the progress that you've made. Being that this is the longest conversation that we've had, but I've already felt like I'm learning so much about you, and it appears, and I'm confident that you do have a lot to offer to the world, and you speak with such poise, and I can tell that you're a very intelligent guy. So I'm gonna encourage you here on this live stream, man, to continue to speak up.
Hold on, y'all.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, my bad. My little brother was knocking on my door.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, so I just encourage you, man, to continue to lean into that confidence, to continue to tinker around and try things, especially if they interest you. I don't care how tough it is, man. Just continue to build that confidence, man, because above all, the only thing that's really going to stop you and anybody else, but really particularly you, Jordan, the only thing that's going to stop you, man, is yourself and your belief that you can or can't do something. So just the fact that you stuck with the toilet, man, and you continue to be persistent with it until you fixed it in 2-3 hours, man. That's a long time to be messing around with something until you figure it out. But that's a good characteristic to have, man. And I encourage you to carry that trait with you throughout your entire life, because that experiment with the toilet, that problem solving experiment was just a microcosm. It's just a small example of all the other things that you're gonna experience throughout life. And I know you're only 17, and I'm pretty sure you've experienced a lot in life, but you're gonna continue to experience more things that's gonna cause challenges and gonna cause you to want to just quit, throw in a towel, and just give up and just go back to your old habits, your old ways. But always remember that toilet, man, and how you stuck with it till you fixed it, and always keep in mind that it got easier once you figured it out. So, and that's the same thing in life, man. Everything in life is patterns, but it's tough trying to figure out that pattern. But once you do, you'll start seeing those same patterns repeat throughout your life. And as you begin to gain more knowledge and information, then you'll be like, oh, I saw that before. I'm not going to do the same thing that I did last time that took me the long route. Now I know what I did wrong. I'm going to go ahead and take the short route, and it's gonna, pan out the same way that it did with that toilet, man. So I definitely love to hear that. So yeah, I'm not gonna well, since Don jumped off, I'm gonna kind of start to wrap this up. I'm not gonna make it 30 minutes to today. If Don was on here, I probably would. But yeah, Jordan, I just want to appreciate you for coming on, man. And I'm gonna open up the floor. If you have anything else that you want to say to the audience about yourself, about WTF, or just something in general, some positive words of encouragement. If not, no pressure. But I just want to open the floor for you before I close out.
I'm all good. I appreciate y'all having me on here. I don't know where you at, man. I'm mad you couldn't make it, but it's all good. I hope y'all enjoy y'all night.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, and we'll definitely have you on more often. So yeah, come ready for the gems to be dropped, man, because we're gonna start having you on here as a regular, because I believe the people need to see the outcomes of the WTF mentorship and the outcome of motivating your mind and how it transforms not only the way that you move throughout life, but how you perceive life as well, because our perception is everything. So I'm definitely glad to see you here on this live today. And as we close out, thank you everybody for joining another live WTF Wednesday. And those who didn't make it live, that's okay. We'll catch you next week. But thank you for watching the replay. And don't forget, join us on our website at WTFMA.com. What's the Formula Mentoring Academy.com. Okay. So remember, WTF not only means what's the formula, but it also means our mantra, which is winning takes focus. And we must always remember to focus in on one thing at a time so we can win each and every thing that we attempt. All right. So until next week, I'll see y'all later. Love you. Peace.
All right, y'all.